Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Replenish Me show on YouTube and podcast. This is a show where women, powerful women, share their strategies on how you can nourish with wholesome food, energize with movement, and reframe your perspective with sweet talk. Remember that up until March 9th, we're still having the YouTube contest. So there are 3 criteria in order to enter to win a free trip to my Replenish Me retreat. Number 1, subscribe. Number 2, share your favorite part of this interview with 5 of your friends and make sure that you comment. And with that, I would love to welcome Tanika Mason to the show.
Hello.
I'm so excited to have you on today. Tanika Mason is a wonderful and amazing woman in the entertainment industry, and I'm going to let her tell us her story.
Hey, thank you so much for having me today. I appreciate it, and I'm excited to be here. So, where would you like me to start? I have 50 million different stories. So,
Okay. The one where you moved from someone who didn't have confidence and you moved into
where I'm at kind of now. So,
Yeah.
okay. So long story kind of short, I've been an entrepreneur. It's been probably 30 years plus now. So you can see the gray in my hair.
Impossible.
I kid you not. I kid you not. So I have been an entrepreneur for a while, but I just recently, probably about 4 years ago, decided to try the online market. And so when I first started out in the online world, I was doing things the way that I thought I should be doing them. I was working a full-time job, but I was also working my business on the side. And basically, I was trying all types of strategies. I was listening to what the gurus were telling me to do. I was trying to implement everything that worked for them. And probably for about 2 years, I struggled because I wasn't getting anywhere. I wasn't being successful the way I saw the way, success should be in my definition. And I was miserable. And here I am supposed to be running this business online and reaching people all around the world. And it was not happening. So I think it was late at night, probably like 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm a night owl. And my youngest son was sick. And you hear about epiphany moments all the time, and I seem to have them a lot. But I had an epiphany moment in which, he was sick. I was miserable. I was trying to figure out a new course, but I wanted it to be something that felt good for me because I was tired of promoting all the other people I was promoting or doing all these, tactics and these strategies that didn't feel good to me. And so it came to me that, I knew I always wanted to follow my dreams and my passions, but I wasn't quite sure how to. And of course, a lot of the gurus were telling me, no, don't follow your passion, because that's not going to get you anywhere. If you want to have a hobby, then yes, do that. But it still did not feel good to me. And so in this early morning, wee hours of the morning, this idea came to me that, wait a second, I can pull all of my loves, and I have a lot of them, but I chose 5 of them. I can pull them all together into a program or course, movement, whatever you want to call it, and actually really maybe make an impact on the people around the world. And so I hashed it out. I figured out, kind of what I would call it. I still don't have, I have the name, and it's very simple and it's very basic, but it was really a movement that felt extremely good to me, good from the inside. And so then a year after that, I decided to beta test it. And when I finally beta tested it with about 30 people, it was good reviews. Everything went well. It took me a year to get to that point to beta test it because I still was very scared. My confidence was, because I was doing something kind of different. I wasn't doing what everybody was telling me what to do. So I was very unique in the way that I was approaching the topic. But when I finally did it and I got confirmation from people that, hey, this really worked for me, this is amazing. Tanika, keep going, we want more. Then it was like, wow, maybe I'm really onto something. And so that was about 2 years ago. So now ever since then, I've been making sure to do business and life the way that feels good to me, because, if your life is not in check, then your business is not going to be in check, and vice versa. So really that's, I guess, the turning point for me. And ever since then, and in working on my mindset, which is another thing that I did not do in the very beginning, things have been completely different. I can't even tell you just the little successes I've had, the big successes I've had, to be able to work from home, be a single mother, be able to take care of my boys, and do something that I'm passionate about, something that pulls all of my loves together. I don't feel like I'm stretched and pulled in 50 million different directions, and I'm happy. And that's the most important thing, is that I'm happy because I did choose that path, and I finally stopped listening to what other people were telling me, and I started listening, I guess, to myself. And so that's kind of the direction I'm in right now, and I'm loving it, and I'm just excited about all the possibilities still yet to come.
I love your story. I can so resonate with it.
Yes.
And do you remember the song with Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson?
Mm-hmm.
You're living in perfect harmony.
Yes. That's a very, you're dating us, but it's a very good song.
It's very applicable.
Yes, it is. It works well.
Yes. And it's a goodie, not an oldie.
No, definitely not. Music lasts forever. So yes.
Yeah. One main thing that stood out to me with that story, and any entrepreneurs who are listening, you're told in the beginning to collaborate with others, right? And what happens is it gets to be really comfortable. And you collaborate and you collaborate and you watch this one get really successful and that one get really successful. And you're like, wait a minute, what just happened?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. So I love it. And I love the part where, we're always discouraged from, sharing our passions, right? Because that's hobby territory.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is, it's not.
No.
Because when you really do what you love, people can feel that. And
yes,
people want that.
Yes, it's that passion that really, because people can even tell a difference. And they've told me this before. They were like, Tanika, I remember when you used to talk about, leadership. Yes, leadership is fun to me, but marketing was my jam. And anytime I talked about marketing, they told me, Tanika, you just light up. Things just drastically change, and we can tell that that you are talking about something that you absolutely love. And so it makes a huge difference in everything that you do when you are passionate about something.
So this is a great lead into, what are your loves?
So my loves will really, I guess the general overarching theme of everything that I do is all around building confidence. And so it's something that I've struggled with. I still struggle with, actually, technically. So anytime that I do my programs, anytime that I do my courses or any webinars or whatever I'm doing, although I'm helping my clients, I'm also helping myself. So it's a great way for me to keep myself in check. And so I love everything that I do and I'm able to offer, but it's really all about confidence. But I do that in a way that helps women specifically, because that's who I work with, build their confidence in their mindset and their personal development, their health and their body, what they're doing, what they're taking into their temple, also through creativity, which is really digging deep into their soul and what it is that gets them moving and doing the things that they do. And then in business, because I love being in business. I love all the things around business and business growth. And then, of course, marketing is my number two passion and love, because I wasn't marketing at the age of 4. I was dancing at the age of 4. So yeah, take that back. So those are the kind of the 5 areas that I touch on. And I'm passionate about all of them, because honestly, I really believe, and I know for a fact, that if you take care of yourself as a whole, especially in those 5 areas, then you can have, a very happy, fulfilling life and business. And so that things will flourish and the abundance will come to you. And that's really, really what I want everybody to experience.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel really passionate about movement and nutrition. And I don't think of it directly as confidence, but the sweet talk piece there, I guess in a way it does really matter what you're saying to yourself as to how you show up. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And you have to feel comfortable, in your own skin as well. And even if you don't, you have to know of the different ways that'll get you to feeling that way. So, an example, and this is kind of a little bit from my course, one of the things that I tell the ladies to do is to drink a glass of water when they first wake up. And a lot of them in the beginning are like, what does this have to do with anything? But if you know about water and if you know about what it does for you, your body, your brain, and everything, that first thing in the morning, it'll give you that jump start and you feel like you can conquer the world because you just got out of bed the right way. And so even just a little task like that, drinking the water and taking that in first thing in the morning makes a world of a difference for the rest of the day. And if you're feeling confident and you know those things that you can do to feel confident, then if you have one of those bad days, you can go back to one of those things and, take part in it and get back on track and use that confidence to take over the other things you need to in your life or your business.
Yeah, that's so true. It's really the little things. It's the little bitty things. So we are in the month of Women's History, right?
Yes.
And I want to open up a topic.
Uh-oh.
Misunderstood, but you are really good at teaching your tribe about this. And I would like you to share that with our listeners and viewers. So you talked about confidence a little bit earlier, right? So how can they use their sexuality to be confident?
So usually when I describe confidence in the things that I do, I usually say sexy confidence. And sexy has a very bad connotation about it. And I know why. And that's just kind of the world that we've always lived in for years and centuries. But we are definitely in the time now where sexy is okay. And I don't mean being, slutty or trashy or dressing provocatively, whatever you want to do, that's what you want to do. When I talk about sexy, though, it's about the feeling inside. And it's the feeling of, I feel good, I'm a woman, hear me roar, I'm confident, I can do these things, I can do whatever I put my mind to. And that is kind of my definition of sexy. It's more of a feeling more than what it is, from the outside of what some people or most people will perceive it to be. So definitely I feel there's a movement that's getting bigger and bigger, and especially with women on the rise, period. It kind of just fits in, and I want women to be able to know how to tap into that sexy confidence and use it. And like I said, I'm not trying to say go out and dress in a bikini while you're walking down the street. Nothing like that. I mean, if that's what makes you feel good, then feel free to do that. What I'm saying is I want you to be able to choose things that make you feel good. I want you to do business the way that makes you feel good. I want you to do your life the way that makes you feel good, because if you are taking care of yourself and you are instilling that sexy confidence that, it's deep inside within all of us. You just have to figure out what brings it out. Once you're able to do that, then the sky is the limit, honestly, when it comes to life and business. So that's really what I preach on, what I talk about, what I harp on all the time. Sexy confidence. It's not about being, what people or men think it to be. It is totally different. It's a feeling from the inside and feeling good about yourself and using that to, take over or crush or slay your world, your life, your business, all of the above.
Yeah. When you say it's deep inside, it makes me think of like when I started my business, I was like shaking in my boots, but there was one part of me that was like quaking the most. And I would have to say that was like my power center, power source for women, right? It's like right in our core. And like when I do my workshops with women and I ask them, where do you feel the tension in your body or the negativity? There are two places. It's either here or here, right here in the core. And, but when you look it up, there, the different emotion centers and energy centers, that's like where fear lives, but it's also where power lives.
Yes, yes. I've actually been going through some training the past couple of years to really hone in on that energy in that center, that it's kind of taboo. It's kind of not taboo. It just depends on how open you are to the process and everything that's going on. But if you look at it, if you look back on history, we women are very powerful, and we have things that make us even more powerful. And I think, honestly, the whole world kind of revolves around that. So that's just how I feel. And I think as women, we just need to learn how to tap into it and use that power, again, to do what we want to with our lives. Again, I'm not trying to say go out there and do illegal stuff or anything like that, but we all have dreams and aspirations and goals, and there is nothing else holding us back from achieving those things except for us. And I'm tired of women sitting back and not doing anything about it. I hate seeing people that are miserable. I hate seeing women that are miserable, depressed. I've had a battle with depression myself a couple times. It runs in my family. Though I never want women to be in that place. I never want women to feel like they are alone and they have to live for somebody else. They should be living, their own lives and doing, again, what was good to them. So,
Yeah. So what is one thing that you see come up with your clients quite often? You're
mhm.
saying you don't want to see women suffering and putting themselves, after everything else. What is like the top thing that is really holding women back that you've seen?
It's a lot of fear, like fear of judgment, like fear that if they, for example, I've kind of come out of the closet as a multi-passionatepreneur, which a lot of people in this world have said, no, you can't have all these different passions and be an entrepreneur with all those passions. Well, yes, I can, and I can do business the way that I want to do business. And the people that resonate with that will follow along, and I will be able to build up my tribe that way. In the beginning, no, it wasn't like that. It was like, no, just focus on one thing, Tanika. And once you master that one thing, then you can move on to the next. And so oh, it just gets me all riled up inside, because there's just so much more to life and to business than just I just really want women to experience life the way that it should be experienced. And when I see someone that is fearing of their bigger dreams, their bigger goals, they don't get into action. And when they don't get into action, they sit back and they're just waiting and they're waiting. And it's like, stop waiting, because you don't know if tomorrow is even promised to you, and it's not. And I've experienced that way too much. I had way too many deaths in my family and my very close circle of friends. It's Tomorrow isn't promised. So why would you want to wait? If you have a message that you need to get out there, if you want to make a difference in the world, if you just want your kids to be able to live the life you've always dreamed of for them, whatever the case may be, you have to face the fears. You can't ignore them. You do have to face them, but you have to face them and you have to take action towards them. And I think that's the biggest thing that I see in my clients, is they just don't take the action necessary. They're looking for, outside approval and validation. And again, if you search within yourself, then you'll know it's all in you. You have the answers. You can do what you need to do. You do have the confidence in you. You just have to, again, figure out what it is exactly that gets you going, and get you going in the right direction towards your dreams and your goals. So that's definitely probably the number one thing that I see with my clients.
I recently started interviewing men, and one of the people that I interviewed, when I asked a similar question, he's like, well, the one thing that I don't see myself thinking at the end of my life is, I'm so glad that I didn't try. I'm so glad that I just sat on the couch and just let that great thought just go to somebody else.
Exactly. That's a great point. So yeah, exactly.
See, men just don't think like that. They're just like,
No.
no. And so, yeah, we need to like get up off the couch and
hmm
just
Go
not,
after,
yeah.
yeah, go after what it is you want to go after. Just do it. care what other people say, because they're not living your life. You're living your life. So live it. Basically,
Right.
live it. Mm-hmm.
And watch those other people be afraid, but you do it.
Right.
So, um, now I feel like you've already told me about your light bulb moment,
Mm-hmm.
but could you like share a little bit more of how, like what happened the week before or something? Because, sometimes there's like a story behind a story,
Yeah,
right?
well, yeah, there's like 50 stories behind each of the stories. Um, I think honestly what it was is I was being pulled in so many different directions because I've had multiple businesses at the same time. I had my coaching and consulting business. I was doing some work with some corporate companies, doing some leadership consulting with different companies. I was doing graphics and video and websites, and I had my dance and fitness studio as well. And it was just too much. Yes, I'm a woman, and yes, I do believe that, I am Wonder Woman. I can be Wonder Woman. However, I really wasn't Wonder Woman, and
Right.
it was just very stressful just to be pulled in all these different directions. And I did it to myself. Nobody told me, you have to run all these different businesses. But I said it has to be easier than this. It has to be an easier way for me to pull all these things together and be able to offer a service or a program or whatever the case may be, and pull it all together to where I'm happy and I feel like, I'm excited about it and I love what I'm doing. And it's not even like work to me because I'm doing something that I'm passionate about. And so I think just all those things just led up to that time. And also because I just wasn't as successful as I wanted to be doing what everybody else said. And so it just, why it hit me at like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, I'm not sure. That's usually when I get my greatest ideas, though.
Right.
So I'm a creative, and I'm a night owl. So that's when the idea just hit. And it's, why didn't I think of this before? And ever since then, I've just been excited about everything that I'm doing. So
Yeah, you really do bring so much energy. I love your group. What's the name of it? The Uninhibited Collective?
yes,
Mm.
yes, uninhibited, which is, I went through even some more changes last year. Um, my latest live video that I did yesterday was all about mindset and how basically the first 2 years that I was in online business, my mindset was horrible. Like I just wanted money, and I didn't care if I was negative or, I wasn't doing the right things to keep a positive mindset, until one day a big coach, I won't say her name, a huge coach in the industry, guru, said, Tanika, I'm not working with you. I don't even want your money because you need to get your mindset straight. And I was like, whoa, okay. That's when it was like, ding, ding, ding. Maybe I really need to look into this and figure out what's going on. And so I finally got myself a mindset coach last year. And ever since then, things have been completely different. Any, ups and downs I've been able to handle. And I just keep going. I'm a very determined person anyway. But what now is going on is that I realize there's so many other people, women especially, their mindset is completely off and they don't realize how important mindset is. And they think, the people that I've run into think that it's woo woo and it's this and it's that. And it's like, no, I mean, there's so many different ways that you can look at it. It's scientific, it's woo woo, it's magical, it's spiritual, it's godly, it's everything. And so that brought me to being uninhibited. I had a branding coach that helped me come up with that title last year. It was about, I guess it was about 6 months ago. And it's really being uninhibited in everything that you do, just not caring what other people think, sharing your real truths, standing up for what you believe in, intertwining that kind of childish, sometimes you just have to go and not think about the how you're going to get
Yeah.
there. Just, if you see that vision, just go towards it. You
Yep.
don't know what's going to come up. That's life. It's a roller coaster. Just keep going. So that's kind of where that came from. And it's uninhibited you. And that's what my focus is. And my focus for a lot of my clients for this year, 2018, is to be completely uninhibited. And I still, again, struggle with it. My clients still struggle with it, every part or piece of it. But ultimately, it is really just doing life on your own terms, doing business on your own terms, and going after those biggest, dreams and passions that you do have. So, yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, and I love the flavor of your group. It's not like the regular, you know.
It's a little different. Yeah. I've been told I'm different, which I've embraced all my life. So yeah, I like to be different.
Though. Yeah, it's not the whole hum. Okay, we're in this Facebook group, you know, and everybody lurks. It's not like that. So
Yeah, well, I try to get the engagement up, and what I'm realizing is a lot of people in the group are the ones that were like me years ago, very lurker-ish and just want to see what everybody else is talking about. But there are a few that are coming around and they're starting to post more and engage more. So we're getting there. We're getting there. It's a work in progress, but that's fine. That's what life is. So
it is. It really is. And, you know, you bring up a really good point. Now, when I first started my business, I had a coach, but I didn't know what to look for.
Yeah, yeah.
And you have mentioned now that you've had two coaches. So like,
I've had a lot.
well, like, did you know when you started business what to look for, or like, how did that come up for you? And
I had no idea because honestly, even the coaching industry was extremely new to me when I first came on the scene 4 years ago or so. I was like, coaching, this is like the second largest industry building behind tech. And I wasn't going to do tech. And I was like, well, coaching, I don't know, maybe I'll be good at it. Um, when I had my dance and fitness studio, a lot of the women that would come in were the ones that not only wanted to learn dancing, but they wanted to do something outside of their comfort zone. And in working with all of these different women that I came across, I realized that a lot of them were either coming out of a divorce, or their boyfriend just broke up with them, or they're at a job that they're all looking for something else, something different, some way to tap into something else to make them feel more confident. And it's like, as I thought about it, I was like, wait a second, I've been coaching all these years, because I'm coaching these women to get on a pole. I'm coaching these women to, put on some heels and dance, sexy in front of the mirror. I'm teaching these women how to get grimy and do some hip hop. I was teaching these women things that they dream of doing, but they probably never would have done. But they made that choice to take a step in that direction and come into the studio. And so it's just been an amazing journey. And when the whole coaching thing came on the scene, like I said, I didn't know that I would need a branding coach or a marketing coach, which I coach on marketing, but it's very easy for me to help all my clients with their marketing. And it's very easy for me to forget about my own marketing.
yes.
So yes, you need a marketing coach. I needed a business coach. I needed a life coach. I needed a mindset coach. I needed a money coach. So yes, I've had several different coaches, and I've only learned to really not depend on them, but to have somebody, a mentor to look up to. I always have chosen coaches that are, a couple steps in front of me, where I want to be. And so my first coach was a wonderful coach, high-end coach. She was a single mother as well. And so I could see in her that she had done it. And so it made me want to, strive and reach for the same things that she had done. And she was a business coach. She now does a lot of mindset as well, which was something that I wasn't really into in the beginning, because I just thought, oh no, I just need a couple different strategies and I'll be okay. It did not work like that. So
Nope.
no. So you do definitely need different types of people in your circle, in your life. And I do suggest that my clients, get, whatever they need. If they need a financing coach, if they need a life coach, if they need a specific mindset coach, that just works on mindset, then that's fine. So, yeah, it's an interesting industry, but I love it. And I really, really, really support it 110%. And I think everybody should sometime in their life get a coach.
So you made me think of a couple of questions with that. Let me think, which way am I going to go? Let's see. I'm going to stick with the coaching track for a minute there.
Okay.
So it looks like the criteria, someone should probably look for is someone who is a couple of steps ahead at least, but most definitely where you want to be, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Right. The next thing is, depending on the season that
Mm-hmm.
your business is in, you may consider getting a coach for that,
Mm-hmm.
or depending the season that you are in,
Mm-hmm.
right? because you also mentioned that you needed help with your business at one point, and then later on a personal level, you needed help with your mindset. So those are kind of, just to streamline it, things I guess people should look for when looking for a coach.
Yeah. I mean, and there's so many different types of coaches. There's course coaches, there's launching courses, there's podcast coaches.
Yes.
It's just, I'm more of a, like I said, I talk about confidence a lot, but I talk about confidence in those areas. So I can give a great general overview. And I actually do get into tech and all of that because that's another one of my passions that I love. I just don't promote it as much because I can do it and I'm good at it. I'm not extremely passionate about it, so I don't put it in my business. But yeah, there's so many different types of coaches. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how many different types there are. So
I am surprised because I found out there's a what was it? Okay, so there's someone that I met. She's a coach. She's a financial coach. Oh no, she's a mindset coach. But she's for people who are already highly successful, financially.
Yep.
But they feel like lost.
Yep. Well,
like,
that's the. Oh yeah, there's a coach for everything. But yeah, especially I think of when you mentioned that, I think of celebrities. And I think of the celebrities that are not happy and they end up committing suicide.
Right.
So they probably needed that type of coach. There's so many different, I guess, facets to life that, sometimes it is good to definitely zero in on one or two of those, issues or problems that you may be facing. But then sometimes you don't need all of that. Sometimes you just need one person to, be your accountability coach. And I've heard of those too. So there's it's a lot. It's a wonderful industry. I'm loving it. It's fun finding out more and more every day, learning more and more every day about it. So
what's your position on whether or not coaches should be certified? What do you think about that?
That kind of, it's almost like schooling to me. You go to school to get this 4-year degree, and nowadays that's not even good enough. Now a lot of places, employers are requiring to have master's degree. But I think if somebody, for example, there's this, I can't remember, there's a story of this guy, husband and wife, farmers that started chicken farms. And that's what they turned their business into. And they ended up making tons of money doing it. I mean, they didn't go to school for that. So do they have to be certified? I'm one of those that if I feel I truly trust somebody and I trust their abilities and what they're doing, and I've been able to, research them a little bit more and I resonate with them and I feel comfortable with them, I don't necessarily look for certification. And I don't think it's all that necessary. It just really depends, because I think a lot of our life experiences are brought into our coaching experiences. And I think somebody that's experienced the things that I need help with would be a lot more relatable and I could learn more from than somebody that just went to school and learned out of a book. So I'm definitely not all for the certifications of the coaching industry. So I think that's a tough topic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For another podcast.
Yeah,
so let's get back into the fun side of what you were talking about. What was that about, you putting women on poles?
Yes. So my dance and fitness studio I started, I guess it's been about a decade now. I ended up going, I guess before pole fitness came onto the scene, I was right at the cusp when Sheila, there's a whole bunch of people that have started that are kind of, paved the way for all of us polers here. I went and tried a class in Atlanta, Georgia. And from that day I was hooked. I loved it. I'm here in Georgia and Augusta, and people say it's Bible Belt country, which it kind of is. So for me to open up a pole fitness, studio to teach those types of classes and all, there was some backlash, but honestly, we had church groups that were coming in to pole, and I kid you not, the church ladies love the pole, and it's fine. No, it's fine. I got a lot of backlash when people say, oh, you're just a stripper, blah, blah. And I was like, no, actually, I've stripped a day in my life. That's not what I do. There is a fitness component to it. And not only is there a fitness component to it, there's an art and a beauty and empowerment from being able to kind of walk around this pole and kind of own it. And you're owning your own sensuality, and it just does something to you. So anytime I'm lacking confidence, I have a list of songs that I go to that just, turn me on, and I'm ready to go. I will, whether it's getting on a pole or dancing around a chair, even just putting on my heels and just dancing, or just, letting it all loose, letting it all out and feeling good. That usually, if I have a good session like that, that session can carry me through the next couple of days. That's just how strong and empowering it is. And so, yes, I teach women how to dance on a pole.
So awesome. So like, I went to a pole dancing class too. Oh, and
Yay!
Yeah, I like all kinds of things. I know you guys hear me talk about soca all the time, right? But which is kind of fun.
Yes, it is. Yes.
I looked at the roster, and she also she has like twerking classes and hip hop classes and all that. So you do all that too?
Yes, my vision was and still is for people to be able to move.
Yeah.
And whether you're getting healthy or you're just doing it to, get your mind healthy, because it is a healthy thing to do. I wanted to bring all different styles and cultures together because, with all the things going on in the world, we know from here on our own home turf to overseas to down south, everywhere there are things going on. But when you involve music, food, and dance,
that's it.
that's it. That's all you need. That is absolutely all you need. And those are like my 3 top loves. So
Ooh, wait a minute. So let's talk about food now. So are you a foodie?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I'm not like a fancy schmancy foodie. But I love food, and I will try everything at least once. And I have tried everything at least once. So yes.
What's your favorite though?
I don't have a favorite.
Of
I like
course.
them all.
Yeah,
Yes.
So, I guess it depends on the day, right? So
it depends on the day. My background is very cultured, so sometimes we'll eat Southern food. We love cooking. I'm Asian as well, so we'll do Asian food. We love Italians. We love Irish food. We love, Hispanic food, Puerto Rican food, Dominican food. We love food, just period. Just say food and we love it. So that's how we are. And it's going down to my kids too. My kids are the same way.
So what part of Asia?
Japan.
Oh, nice. Oh, yum. I love Japanese food.
Yes.
So
Good stuff.
About me coming to Augusta.
Yes, do. I will make you some Japanese food.
Homemade Japanese food. Because see, when I was
Yes.
in college, I had a roommate, and she was Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my introduction. So it was like real Japanese food.
Nice.
Not like at the restaurant. So I haven't had,
because that's not traditional Japanese. So yes.
I'm not going to tell you how many years it's been, but anyway.
Yeah. So yes, we'll definitely have to have a conversation about that.
Yes, we will.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. I've enjoyed you so much. I just have like 3 more questions if you still have time.
Yeah. No, you're fine.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So gosh, we totally talked about your passions and everything, but like, what's your absolute top gift to share?
I'm really big, and this is I guess a theme that's gone on my entire life since I was younger, and it's about dreams. And I really, really want everybody to be able to go after those dreams, whatever it may be. And so I hope people never lose that. I hope people never lose themselves. I hope people never feel that they're going to be judged, although sometimes I still feel that as well. We live in a cruel, cruel world, but honestly, take care of yourself and keep striving to achieve the dreams that you have. Don't put it on the back burner. Don't put it aside for somebody else. Do you first. Do you, boo, is what I've said before. Do you, boo. So, yes.
Boo.
Yeah, that's yeah. Do you, boo. Mm-hmm.
Nice in Georgia, because I did grow up in Atlanta too, so I'm familiar.
Oh,
with the vernacular.
okay. Yes.
So,
Yes.
do you have any upcoming events? I know that you
Yes,
launching something, right?
I've launching my program actually that I talked about, the one that kind of weaves all those five loves together. That is going to be opening up next month in March, or this month in March when this recording comes out. So yeah, that will be opening the doors. So I will have a wonderful boot camp challenge
Okay.
to lead us into it, to kind of so you can get a taste of what it's like to be a sexy, confident business diva. And that's what the program is all about. So
I like that. Sexy, confident business diva.
yes, yes.
So, where can we find out more about that? You're going to give us the links and everything.
Yes, I will get you the links. I should have a VIP waitlist page up, but I'll get that to you. But if you're out and about on the interwebs and want to follow my Instagram, I try to keep up and running, and my Facebook business page, I definitely am over there every day. So
Okay. And just under Tanika Mason, right?
Tanika Mason official for that one.
Okay.
Actually, that's the same for the Instagram as well.
Yeah,
So
it is.
yep.
Okay. So what are the 3 takeaways from our conversation? We talked about so many things, but what are the top 3 things?
Top 3 things for the audience or for myself?
Ooh, for the audience. What
For
do you
the audience,
want them to gather from your wisdom?
you can make your passion a priority. It can be. You can make money from it, and I guarantee you, if you come from a place of passion, life will be so much better. So definitely passion's a priority. Um, Step out and take action and do the things, whether it's small little steps or even big steps. You have to do something. You can't sit back on the couch and just wait for life to happen to you. You have to go out and you have to go after it. And be unique and be you, and don't care about what anybody else says. Embrace everything about you. Everything. Whether you think it's quirky or weird or different, embrace it, because I we don't live in a vanilla world. We don't live in a chocolate world. We live in this world that's full of so much culture. And my son is yelling in the background, strawberry, all these different flavors. And embrace being that, and embrace the uniqueness that is within you. So those probably are my 3 takeaways for you guys to listen to and hopefully live by.
Beautiful. Yes, I love that. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I'm going to enjoy our after chat. Don't you guys?
Yes. Yes. It's going to be good stuff going down.
And remember, don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for being here. Have an amazing day.
Thank you.